Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Emilio Duran's place, where I talk about and display various things. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Happy Monday. It's April 7th, 2025. So, on my channel, I like to talk about various things, news, create slideshows, my cars, my home, training, work, the market, my dogs. It's my channel, right? But not all the time I believe we should always bring up bad news and talk about nonsense, right? I have a good story here, and when I saw this story across my timeline, I wanted to talk about it. So here, shout out to a local Memphis. Never been to Memphis. Anyone who's watching this, you from Memphis, leave a comment. Let me know how Memphis is. But this young man here is going viral, 17-year-old kid, for unclogging drain holding several feet of water. So I'm assuming there was a lot of water that was built up in this area. Y'all see the picture. Must have been a lot of raining, bad storms. Like I said, if you from the Memphis area, let me know if you know this kid or you in the area where all that water was building up. All right. So according to local Memphis, ABC 24, shout out to ABC 24. It says, the community came together during a devastating storm with Smith's quick thinking and heroic actions in his neighborhood. Shout out to this young man. Shout out to the parents of this young man. Obviously, he was raised very well. Just to have the mindset of a young man to say, you know what? There's a lot of water out here. I live here in this community, and I need to do something to help my fellow neighbors, and also just to help people so they can navigate and travel throughout the community. You know what I mean? There's a lot of water out there. And just for him to have that mindset of a 17-year-old to go out there and, drain it and get it out. It's just great, man. It's amazing. Shout out to that young man. And I'm glad he's going viral. And the town, the community, the mayor, they need to acknowledge this man and present him with some type of coin or a trophy, a medal, something, just to highlight and just to highlight and bring attention to, we give good people things for doing good things to the community, all right? You don't always have to highlight negative crap, people doing nonsense. Let's highlight good stuff, okay? So it says, as the storm that brought devastating loss and severe flooding to the Mid-South region begins to subside, one community in Memphis is telling a different story. Amid the chaos, residents of Cambridge Station condos came together to help each other survive the storm's harsh effects. And one person stood out in particular, a 17-year-old Cadarius Smith, a high school student whose quick thinking and determination kept his neighbors safe. My friends and family and my mama was also out here, and she had to get back into the house. So wasn't nobody else going to do it, Smith said, reflecting on the decision to step in and help when others were unable to. Man, shout out to this young man. Mom, you raised a great man, great young man. And I know just from that story that we're talking about, just for his mindset and his positivity and he knows that he has to do something to help his community and to help his family. I know he's on the right track. So shout out to mom, shout out to dad. All right. And this is good stuff. All right. When calls for help was unanswered, Smith took matters into his own hands. Now, why was calls for help unanswered? Police department, fire department. What's going on, y'all? Come on. They said he was out there in his shorts, sandals, and was getting the water, Dunham said. All right. That's his mother, Miss Dunham. All right. As the waters continued to rise Thursday afternoon, Smith showed just how difficult the situation was. It was like right here, and it went all the way to right there. And our way over here, he explained, showing the levels of the floodwaters. He said, yeah, probably like about this much left for the brick. These are quotes from this young man. But listen, as the weekend storms are expected to bring more rainfall, Smith is ready to continue helping his neighbors. When asked if he would be back out in the community assist again, he answered without hesitation, yes, ma'am, he said. Listen, shout out to this young man. He's going to get a round of applause for me. And stories like this, when they come across my timeline, I got to talk about them because I don't always want to talk about people getting hurt and crime and the economy in shambles and I don't like Trump and relationships. I like to highlight good stuff as well. So when I see this story, I say, you know what? I got to talk about it. Shout out to that young man, Memphis. Y'all got to do better, man. Like, if they call for help, nobody didn't want to come. Police department, fire department, maintenance men. The 17-year-old was out there with his neighbors. The community came together, and this is what it's all about. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment. And once again, shout out to this young man. Shout out to the mom. Shout out to the dad if he's around. But shout out to them for just taking charge. And you see something going on where you live, you take charge, okay? Save the day without jeopardizing your own life and safety. And what I mean by that is, you know, don't go out there and try to tackle robbers and killers and stuff like that and drug dealers. But listen, if it's a situation where you know it's a little bit of danger, but I think I'll be safe. I live here. My parents live here. My grandmother lives here. I love my neighborhood, like the waters. I understand, man. Do what you need to do. I'm 17 years old to have that mindset. It's a beautiful story. So shout out to Memphis. Shout out to that young man. Please share. We need to get more positive stories out there. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to put a news clip at the end of my talking. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm done talking, and that's all I got to say.
17-year-old Cadarius Smith.
Why did you decide to do that?
Because my friends and family and my mama was also out here, and she had to get back to the house, so I was like, wasn't nobody else doing it.
With tenants trapped by several feet of water, Memphis Light, Gas, and Water didn't respond to their request.
He was out there in his shorts and sandals, and he was getting the water up.
Right here.
It was right here.
As the water grew taller on Thursday, Cadarius showed us what he had to work through.
It was like right here.
Wow.
Yep, and it went all the way to right there and all the way over here.
So all the way up to these bricks over here?
Yeah, all the way up, probably like to about this much left for the brick.
At one point, after realizing his rake wasn't working, he bent down and used his hands to clear the drain.
The maintenance lady, she came, I say probably like an hour after me halfway doing it and the other guys helping me. She ended up coming through here to help, and